A typical project may contain a large number of calculations for the design of structural members. These calculations are created and added to the project in the same order that were produced. For example, you create one calculation and you add it to your project. And you continue creating calculations and you continue adding to the project, not necessarily in a specific order or a specific sequence. If you have a large number of calculations, you may end up with a long list of unsorted calculations. But what about if you need the calculations to be sorted? What about if you need a specific order for the submittal to the agencies or any other reason? This is Javier Encinas, and today we're going to present a new feature in the ASDIP software for sorting calculations directly in the project manager. Let's get started. Imagine the scenario where you have created some calculations for a building, and each calculation has a name that you assign to remind yourself what it is. But then after some time, you need to revise that calculation because something changed, for example, the loads or something. So you change the calculation, you come here, pick the calculation, modify it, but you need to rename it to remind yourself what the change was. So you change it, but then later you submit all your calculations to a reviewer, to a checker, and you receive some comments back, so you need to implement those comments. Once again, you need to pick that calculation in your list, change it, and then modify the name one more time, just to remind yourself what this additional change was. At the end, you're going to end up with probably a long list of calculations, all of them unsorted, very difficult to pick the right calculations, very difficult to track what you did, and so on. Fortunately, ASDIP now includes a new feature where you can sort the calculations alphabetically, either ascending or descending order, and all this just with a click of a button. If you see at the bottom of this tree window, we have added these additional controls. These two arrows, down and up, this is for descending order sorting, and this is for ascending order sorting. Basically, just with a click of a button, you can sort your calculations very easily. I have created a project. You have here a long list of calculations for a retaining wall. As you can see, all these calculations are unsorted, W4 and then W11, then W13, W7, and so on, even with different names, and so on. Can be a long list with different names, different characters. It will be sorted because the program now is very intuitive in sorting the calculations in either ascending or descending order. For example, in this case, if we just click on descending, we're going to just sort this list of calculations just with a click of a button. Like that. Was already sorted. W1, W2, and so on. W14, and then book, and software check. If we sort it in ascending order, and it's reversed. Software, book, 14, and then at the bottom, W1. So you can sort your calculations very easily, either descending or ascending, in a very simple and easy way. At the end, all your calculations in the tree will be sorted. If you save your project, the new sorted arrangement will be saved as well. So next time that you open the project, the calculations will be sorted. This new feature will be very useful for those projects with a large number of calculations that for some reason need to be sorted. For example, when you submit your calculations to the agency, that list of calculations needs to match the letter of submittal, or need to match, for example, an Excel spreadsheet that you submit with your calculations. And more importantly, because you need to keep track of what you're doing in your design. As you can see, this new feature is very useful. Please make use of this feature and provide your feedback. If you like the software, please visit the website www.asdipsoft.com and download the free 15-day trial. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to receive notifications in the future for similar videos. Thank you for your attention.